Welcome to Lesson 4. I hope that in the last lesson, you really started to understand that time is money. It's cliche for a reason. If you're not aware of this and you're not managing your time well as an English teacher, your hourly wage isn't what you think it is. It's much, much less. In the last lesson, we talked about some of the problems with how unprofitable teachers manage, or really don't manage, their teaching business. By fixing these problems, you're going to add more value to your lessons, making you a more desirable teacher. And you're going to open up huge portions of your calendar so you can have more free time or teach more classes to earn more money. The key here is automation. You don't want to create more work for yourself. The key is to streamline everything so that you can focus on creating more value for your students. Today's lesson is not just a list of answers. I want to introduce you to a whole system that I created to solve them. I use a totally free web and phone application called Trello, and I've specialized it specifically for English as a foreign language teachers. So let's take a look inside a few of the cool features that you can do with Trello to virtually automate your entire teaching business. Now, you don't have to use my system. If you want to take everything I teach you here today and figure it out on your own, that's fine. But you will have to solve each one of these problems if you want to earn more money and create more value for your students. So let's review those problems we talked about, and I'll show you how my system, Trello for TEFL, solves them. When you take on a new private student, it's hard to know what to teach in each lesson. You don't know what they've already learned or if what you're teaching is level appropriate. At your initial meeting, you need to assess your student's level. Create or find a test that allows you to pinpoint exactly what your student struggles with and use that information to create a syllabus for your student. The Trello for TEFL system includes an A1 to B2 level assessment test all ready to go that you can send to your student in one click. They can complete them on their own time, hit submit, and then you can see exactly what they need to work on. Sometimes it's difficult knowing what to teach next. You know your student is making lots of mistakes, but where do you start? The solution is to become familiar with levels, the common European framework levels that are used by the world's language institutes. The level assessment test in the Trello for TEFL system corresponds to this Trello board I've completed with all the grammar points and vocabulary in the common European framework. This board has been filled out with all the grammar points, list of Lexis lessons, every class that I need to teach any given student at any given level. It's easy to run out of ideas when you're planning so many lessons for so many different levels. The English language involves so much more than a few grammar points that you had to learn in TEFL, and it's all been laid out on this Trello board. Each one of these individual cards represents a grammar point or a group of Lexis, and each card has been filled out with information on that particular grammar point. Another time suck we discussed was that you feel like you're replanning the same lessons over and over. If you have ever done that, more than once, you have wasted your time. You need a system that allows you to have all your lessons organized and in one digital place so you can print them out or see them on your phone anywhere you are. Even the most organized binder of copied lesson plans and exercises is not going to work. It needs to be online. With this Trello for TEFL system, you'll never replan a lesson. You only upload it to its own unique card with the exercises, and every single time you teach it, it's right there. You can even upload extra exercises to email to your student for pre-work or homework. I also attach things like digital flashcards that I can send to my students so they can practice Lexis before the class. The lesson plan and corresponding exercises will never get lost in a stack of paper. You'll never lose it, and best of all, if you have to teach it on the fly, it's right there on your phone or on your school computer, ready to print, rather than on your desk at home where it does you zero good. I upload all my own lesson plans. I also swap lesson plans with other teachers, and I also scan exercises from textbooks at the school if I find something I like. So what you need to remember is your lessons need to be in one place and accessible from anywhere. That is going to save you so much time and grief. It's easy for private or small group lessons to devolve into friendly banter or chit-chat, which is fun, but it's not helping your students move forward. The reason your student is not making progress is because you haven't built them a roadmap. The syllabus is your roadmap. So in the Trello for TEFL system, you use the levels board to create a personalized syllabus for each individual student or class in just a few clicks. Unlike a textbook, this system allows you to move lessons around, to add lessons in if you have a special request from a student, or if they're not going at the pace you've planned. And you have a record at your fingertips, so you can see what you've already taught and keep track of the date you taught what. In this system, I'll show you how to plug in what you've taught to the invoice and progress report, so your student has a record of what they've learned and they feel like you're making progress together. And you can view all your lessons on the calendar so you can see in one glimpse what you have to plan for the following week. Because all the lessons that are planned, you've already labeled as planned, you can see instantly what you need to plan and what is ready for you to print. This system even works for full classes with the full class board. In a few clicks, you can create a syllabus that works around an assigned textbook while still being fluid and keeping your plan flexible. You can easily track individual students' progress, keep track of their attendance, and I do it all from my phone. You're not keeping track of what you've taught and to what student. It seems so obvious, right? You need to see where your students have been in order to determine the path forward. In the Trello for TEFL system, you keep track of all their progress and everything you've done with your student from the very beginning automatically. No more searching through notebooks, and certainly no teaching the same lesson to the same student twice. I'm going to say this one more time. Time is money. If you are not addressing these problems, these time sucks, you're just sweeping them under the rug, and you're losing money in the process. Take it from someone who's struggled for years to create a system that actually worked for me. These tips are golden and will up-level your teaching business, helping you provide more value for your student and earning you a higher wage in the process. If you wanted to replicate this entire system using notebooks and binders full of copies, it would take you months and months, and it would never really work because Trello is so much more responsive than paper planning. It's with you on your phone or tablet or on the school computer, and it's really easy. All of the ways you are costing yourself time and money are eliminated using this system. No more wasted time, no more disorganization, no more throwing random lessons at your students just because you don't have time to plan. If you're interested in learning more about Trello for TEFL, click the button below this video. Okay, in lesson number 5, our final lesson coming into your inbox tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to automate bonuses that add enormous value to your lessons without costing you much time. This is how you'll create tons of value for your students and set yourself apart from the teaching crowd. So I'll see you in your inbox tomorrow.